Hello everybody and welcome back to my new video. In this video I'm going to be talking about all things New York. My favorite places, my favorite restaurants, bars, pizza places, activities, free stuff to do, shopping areas, museums, ice cream, everything. In case you're interested in a specific thing, I have a timeline here for you. So you can just skip right to the part of the video that you're interested about. I made a map with all of those places all in one. It's down in the description box. You can just download it or have it on your phone so you can go from place to place. I really hope that this helps you a little more because it's so chaotic. If you've never been to New York, it can't really help you if I say Soho, Chelsea, Upper East Side. So let's get into it. First things first, I want to talk about my general favorite areas in the city. Soho, West Village, and the Upper East Side. If you've been following me on the channel, you know that I'm obsessed with Soho. I am such a downtown girl. If you just really want to take the city by foot, the best areas to start in are Soho and West Village. Soho is just this really beautiful shopping area, old buildings with lofts inside. It's also very aesthetic. Everything is just stunning. It's just a place to be. Very full of life, and I don't know, it's my personal favorite area of the city. A little more west and north is the West Village. This is the place where Carrie Bradshaw lived in Sex and the City, so maybe you get the vibes. It's just so nice for walking around, getting a coffee, so many cute cafes. It's just very cute. I would honestly say just walk through Soho and the West Village, go street by street to just see everything that they have to offer. My third favorite area of New York is the Upper East Side, which is completely different than Soho or the West Village. It's much older, there's families, basically the Gossip Girl fantasy, if I'm being honest. Very wealthy vibes. This is also an area where you can just walk around, look at all the beautiful townhouses, many beautiful cafes. Speaking cafes, a really nice cafe is Le Bibliothèque. Really beautiful cafe with wine and books. So it's a bibliothèque, as the name says, and they serve such delicious coffee and wine, and you can just get a book from there, drink a glass of wine, have a coffee, and spend a few very nice hours in there. On to the next, which is Bel Air on the Upper East Side. This is my personal favorite coffee. In summer, there's also a few tables outside. There's usually older ladies with their Birkins and I don't know, Chanel suits sitting right next to you and talking about their lives at like 70 years old. And they've already lived a full life in Manhattan. It's just very New York, classy Upper East Side. Another one I really like is Joe Coffee. There are a few throughout the city, also in Brooklyn. What I can totally recommend you from Joe Coffee is their banana Nutella bread. If I tell you that this is the best banana bread I've ever had in my whole entire life, it's out of this world. I cannot walk by a Joe Coffee without walking inside and buying myself a banana Nutella bread. Another really nice cafe is Three Jewels, which is in Bowery, East Village. They also have a yoga studio, very meditating vibes, cool, casual. Also have really great coffee. It feels like you're meditating while you're in that place. It's just a very zen place to spend your time at, I think. If you want to go to a cafe where you can also get some work done at, there's the Clock coffee shop at the Vanderbilt near Grand Central. This is your typical weekday blue suits coffee shop. Very much business, people bring their laptops. Nobody goes there to just chill, everybody's working. And the coffee is also really good, so if you want to get some work done at a cafe in the city, the Clock is the place to go to. Now to brunch places. My number one brunch spot in the city is the cafeteria in Chelsea. I really like this place. It's this famous Sex and the City hotspot where basically the whole series was filmed at while they were having brunch. And they have really good food and even better mimosas, so check it out. Another very New York classic brunch spot is Balthazar. Very French and really delicious food. Jack's wife Freda is also a hot spot right now. I've been there 2 or 3 times, not that often, but they have good coffee and really good food. And somewhere you can sit outside. It's on Prince Street and Lafayette, so it's just the perfect corner for people watching if you like that. It's a really fun spot. If you're into bagels, which you definitely should be, I would recommend you Leon's Bagels. They just have hands down the best bagels in town. Another really great brunch spot in the city is Café Leon d'Or. They have super healthy options. It just tastes amazing. If you're looking for the best ice cream in town, I would recommend you the Van Leeuwen. I am not sure if that's how you pronounce it. It's just so delicious. Also one of those more famous spots in the city for their cookies, the Levain Bakery. Also, the hype is actually worth it. You should try it out. I've had a double chocolate cookie and it was to die for. But what not that many people talk about, Whole Foods. Whole Foods sounds very healthy-ish and everything, and yes, it is, but they have really nice, great packaged goods. They have this brookies in a plastic package, which is not fresh or anything, but they're just so good. If you're talking about fast food, I've tried, I think, everything, but my two favorites are Wingstop and Popeyes. Popeyes has really good chicken sandwiches and Wingstop has just really great wings, especially the lemon pepper one. For pizza, I would recommend you the Artichoke Bastille's Pizza. I've tried so many pizza places all over New York. This one was just the best. Their normal pizza slices are really good, but the reason that this has made it to my list is their vodka pepperoni crunch, which is like a square pizza slice. One of the best things I've ever tasted in my life. Now let's talk restaurants. There is no other city in the world which has so many restaurants as New York. One would have to go to a different restaurant for 8 years every night to try them all out. Obviously, I've only seen a few, but those are my recommendations. First of all, this is more of a summer spring recommendation. It's a restaurant on a boat called Grand Banks. Maybe even just for drinks if you don't want to eat. It's on a boat. You even have the view of the Statue of Liberty further away, but it's there on the West Side Highway, just very nice by the water. I remember that I got a little dizzy because of the boat when I was there, so if you're sensitive to that, be careful, might not be your thing. A really affordable restaurant in New York is the Yama Ramen and Sushi Bar. They have such good ramen, good sushi. It's just a really cozy, lovely atmosphere. You feel like, I don't know, you're in someone's living room. It's really nice and it's definitely worth checking it out, especially because it's so affordable. Those next restaurants are on the more expensive side, but they are worth it. Really, really good. First is Medusa in Chelsea, Mediterranean food. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. They have a strict dress code, so you can't go in flip-flops. You need to be dressed pretty nicely. Next is Monkey Bar. It doesn't get more classy New York. No restaurant exudes New York more than the Monkey Bar. If you're more into seafood, there's the Lure Fish Bar, which is in a really nice location. The whole concept of the restaurant is that it's in a boathouse, so it looks like you're on a ship and it's just really good. Everything I ate there was just so tasteful. 10 out of 10. Definitely the best sushi I've had in New York City. Another really good restaurant in Chelsea is Catch. This is the place where I've had the best truffle fries of my life. So if you go there, make sure to order the truffle fries. I've never tasted better fries in my whole life. I went there a few months ago and I still talk about it every second day. That's how good they were. My last restaurant recommendation is the Balthazar, which I've also mentioned it in the brunch section, but you can also go for dinner. Make sure to get a reservation though, it's pretty full. And also they have the best cosmopolitans in town, in my opinion, so check them out. Now on to activities. My number one recommendation will always be walking the High Line. It is built on an elevated historic rail line, which is so cool, and they turned it into the most beautiful park and it's so well maintained. I always say if I was a bug, I would like to live in the High Line. You should definitely go to Central Park. My favorite time of the year to be in Central Park is actually fall. It's just so magical to see all those colors. Also, Central Park is so great during spring or summer. You can go and have a picnic there, take a blanket with you, take a book. If you like a little more action, rent a boat, just enjoy a little stroll on the lake. It's really fun. Another really great spot, one of my favorite places in the city, is the West Side Highway, specifically from the West Village south. So the more downtown, the better. It's just so nice. It's so New York. It's where all New Yorkers go on their runs. People go on walks, they have picnics there, watch the sunset. It's amazing. Another recommendation is taking the Staten Island ferry, which is for free, and you can see the Statue of Liberty. It's really beautiful. You get to see Manhattan from further away. Once you're on the Staten Island, you might as well just take the next ferry back home because there's nothing to see there. Go to Staten Island, enjoy your ride, and then just come back with the next ferry. Another really great thing to do is to rent a bike. There's those city bikes everywhere throughout the city. But in New York, the traffic is crazy and I've already seen so many bike accidents happen with my own eyes. That's why I would recommend renting the bike maybe at nighttime in summer when there's less traffic, or just go to specifically organized places. For example, there's this biking place in Williamsburg in Brooklyn, which is really nice. Definitely check that out if you're too scared to deal with the New York traffic, because you should be. Also, the West Side Highway, which I just mentioned, has a organized place specifically for biking. The New York City Public Library is also worth seeing, absolutely free. If you want to spend some time in there, you need to either have a book with you or a laptop, an iPad, something that it looks like you need to get some work done. Tourists are not allowed to get into this room that I'm showing you right now, because it's mainly for working purposes, but you can just act like you're working. It doesn't matter. It's called the Rose Reading Room. I'm not sure. If you want a really nice view of the city, totally for free, I would recommend you going to the Pier 57 in Chelsea. It has really great views on the rooftop. It's just a really cool spot. Another really cool things to do for the view is take the tram to the Roosevelt Island. It costs like $2.90. Go there specifically at sunset and it's just so beautiful. If you want to see the sunrise, the Brooklyn Bridge is a really great spot to do that. You just see the whole city from farther away. Also, another really cool bridge with really nice view is the Manhattan Bridge. So if here's the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge is just the next bridge. Not so well known. There's also a hole on the right side of the fence overlooking the East Side Highway. Make sure to walk on the right side. It's really worth seeing. Totally for free, really great views. The Grand Central Station is also something that I think everybody should see once. It's gorgeous. When it comes to museums, I would recommend going to the Met Museum. You can spend a full day in there and get lost in the beautiful art. And for the classic rooftop views, there's the Empire State Building, the Rockefeller, the Edge, and the Summit One, I think it's called. I've been to the Rockefeller, but I think the Edge or the Summit One are really great alternatives because they're newer, a little higher. This is unfortunately not for free, you need to get tickets. Now let's talk going out in New York City. Let me split this into two categories: the casual bar scene and the more upscale, elegant bar scene. If we're talking casual bars, my absolute favorite is Fanelli's in Soho. It's just iconic. It's the second oldest drinking and eating establishment in the city. Really good, strong drinks and also really great food. Another really iconic, it's the second oldest bar in the city. So Fanelli's is the does drinking and eating, but strictly bar. Year In is the second oldest bar in the city. It's a really cool atmosphere, very casual, inexpensive. I love it there. This is a good one. There's this place in Hell's Kitchen called Rudy's Bar. It's a dive bar. It's this place where with each drink you order, you get a free hot dog. Most accessible bar in New York City I've been to. I think Charlotte and I had together 6 drinks and 6 hot dogs because you get them for free, and we paid $25. In New York you usually pay $25 for one drink. We had like 6 and 6 hot dogs, you know, as cheap as it gets in New York City. Another really great spot is Cafe Select. You can also go there to eat brunch, but you can also go at night. They have open until 4 a.m. It's cool, they play pretty good music, very familiar, just awesome. Another really great one is Spring Lounge. A little more fratty. This is the place you go for drinking, not for a beautiful night out to have fun with your friends, nothing too expensive, nothing too fancy. It's a good spot. Now onto the half elegant places. A really fun place is the Spaniard in the West Village, especially for meeting people. This is the place where it's impossible not to talk to someone if you go there. People are standing, sitting, drinking with each other, chatting with each other. It's the place you go if you feel like being social. Now onto the more upscale, elegant places of the city. A really great spot is the Soho Grand Hotel. They have a bar and a lounge. I prefer getting a table and just being at a lounge because the bar sometimes gets too full. One of my favorites is the Nines. Most of the time you need a reservation, but you can also get in without. It really depends on the day. It's this very classy, beautiful, elegant jazz place. They play live music, live jazz. If you want to live out your Gossip Girl fantasies, make sure to check out Casa Cruz on the Upper East Side. It's also one of my favorite places in the city. Very, very Gossip Girl coded. One night I was there, I genuinely thought I was in Gossip Girl. Got to that point where it's pretty much filled with rich Upper East Side trust fund kids. But it's interesting to see that this really exists in real life. Another really great one is the Temple Bar. They have really good drinks, beautiful atmosphere. It's just lovely. If you want to go to a bar with really amazing views of the city, I would recommend you Overstory, which is located in the hotel. I think it's on the 60-something floor. Really, really great. They have amazing oysters and amazing views of the city. The bar is inside, but there's a terrace where you can go. There's also a few tables and seats, have a drink, go outside, enjoy the beautiful city views. The Beekman, which is located in the Beekman Hotel, is a place where you can go also during the day to have a coffee, but also at night. They have a really beautiful bar. The architecture of the hotel is stunning. Another very classic New York bar is the Bemelman's Bar at the Carlisle Hotel. But this is the most expensive bar I've ever been to in my life. You just pay for the whole experience. There's live jazz. You get the best snacks with your drinks. The drinks are fabulous. Very, very classic New York, old money, wealthy people, just timeless. It was great 50 years ago and it will be great in 50 years from now. Honestly, if you like jazz, this is the place to go. And now on to my all-time favorite place in the whole city is the Crosby Bar. The Crosby. You'll probably see me if you go there. So yeah, we'll meet. It's just my favorite place in the whole city. They have amazing food, amazing drinks. At this point, I'm best friends with the barkeeper. The place I feel most comfortable at. There's a room with a bar and also tables. You can eat, you can drink, you can also eat at the bar. It's just the best place. My number one. Now onto the clubbing scene. This is a little hard for me because I don't like house music, I don't like techno music, and it's hard because every single club plays house music. I don't know if I'm the best person to give recommendations about clubs. I basically only have one club I really like, and that is the Little Sisters Lounge. It's the best place, pretty hard door, very elegant. You need to be dressed nicely. They play hip hop and reggaeton. It's my favorite club in the city for sure. No other place I went to even came close. You'll have a good time with Little Sisters. Another recommendation, I didn't really like it, but I can imagine that most people would like it, is Paul's Casablanca. It's a lot of house music, trendy, dancey, white people music, but if you like that, you would probably like Paul's Casablanca. If you're into weird shit, the Box would be a great place for you. It's not a place where I would like going again anytime soon. Maybe in a few months I could, yeah, why not, but it's very crazy. They have the shows, there's a lot going on. It's like a cabaret thing going on, so be prepared before you go to the Box. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that I could help you. Many of those bars are places that you might not find on the internet when you search for nice bars in New York. This is more the local site on New York activities. Let me know in the comments if you go to any of those places, or if you've been before. What's your opinion about it? What sounds really appealing to you? Just let me know in the comments what you think about all of these places I've mentioned. So on the map you have everything you need all in one, my personal New York guide. I hope you have a lot of fun with the information I gave you. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!